Friends, how are you? I hope you are fine and taking the precaution against the coronavirus. So students, in the previous session, we have learned certain concepts regarding the time and the construction or the working of simple pendulum. Now, before going to today's session, first I want to ask you one question that have you ever traveled with a bus? Yes, students. I think some of the students travel with car, with travel, so with any kind of vehicle. What you will observe when you travel with any vehicle? Yes, students, what you will observe? So students, you will observe that sometimes the speed of vehicle is more, sometimes the speed of vehicle is constant, sometimes speed of vehicle is slow. So what is actually the speed? What is actually the speed? So students, the answer for this question is in our today's session. Okay? So in today's session, we are going to first see over here that is about what is a speed. Let us see what is speed with the help of this example. See students, what you will see over here, there is a yellow color bus which is going through that street. It is at point A. Okay students. So if suppose if a bus covers a distance of 40 km in 1 hour. Suppose this bus covers a distance of 40 km in 1 hour, then its speed is 40 km per hour. Okay students, then its speed is 40 km per hour. Means in 1 hour it covers the distance of 40 km. Okay. However, sometimes this bus seldom moves with a constant speed. Sometimes it goes with a constant speed. So students, before going to start any vehicle, that vehicle is in the rest form. Okay, that vehicle is in the rest, then slowly, gradually pick up the speed, and then for a short duration it may travel with a constant speed and then it gets stopped. So when speed is not constant, see students, whenever the speed is not constant, we express the speed of the object as an average. See students, suppose this bus travel 40 kilometers from A to B. So at that time, what will happen? See, when the speed of that bus is not constant, okay students, means it is variable. First 10 second or sorry students, first 10 minute, it will be travel as the speed of that bus is suppose very slow. Then afterwards its speed is high. So if speed is not constant, whenever the speed is not constant, then we express the speed of any object as our average speed. Okay students, so that speed is expressed in a average speed. Okay students, so the average speed is calculated by dividing the total distance by a total time taken to cover this distance. Means how much distance is covered by that man which is sit over in that bus, and in how much time it covers that distance. That is nothing but your average speed. Okay students, so thus we can define speed of an object as the distance traveled by it in unit of time. Okay students, what do you mean by the speed? The speed can be defined as the speed of an object as the distance traveled by any bus or vehicle in unit time. Okay students, in certain amount of time, whatever may be the distance is covered, that is nothing but a average speed. So students, this is all about the speed. So in case of vehicle, when you observe that usually in the vehicle there is a speedometer and odometer. There is a speedometer and odometer. So what exactly these two terms are? See students, in vehicle, odometer shows the distance travel in kilometer. Distance travel in kilometer. So this is the picture of speedometer, which is you have already seen in any vehicle. Okay students, so this is the picture of speedometer, and that speedometer has 1 meter in that speedometer, that is odometer. Again students, in the vehicle there is a speedometer while the odometer. So what is speedometer? Speedometer shows the speed of vehicle. Speedometer can show us the speed of vehicle in kilometers per hour. How many kilometers we have covered? This we will get idea with the help of speedometer. So what is odometer? Odometer, it is the meter which is present in the speedometer. See students, odometer, it is the meter, see in this red color, which is present in the speedometer. Okay students, and what is the function of odometer? Odometer measures the distance traveled by vehicle in kilometer. What is the function of odometer? Odometer only measures the distance which is traveled by a vehicle in kilometer. Again students, it measures distance in kilometer, while speedometer measures the speed of vehicle. Odometer measures distance, while the speedometer measures the speed of vehicle in kilometer per hour. Okay students, so this is the basic difference in between these two. Now the next one is, so what is the unit of speed? So what is the unit of speed? See students, the distance which is covered by an object, again the distance covered by an object in unit time. See over here, this is the formula for the speed. The distance which is covered by an object in unit time is called as speed. This we have just seen in the previous slides. Okay students. So what is the unit of speed? So from this formula we get the unit of speed. See students, whenever the objects are said to be in fast or slow motion depending upon the speed of their motion. Depending upon the speed. From the speed we can say that any vehicle is in fast motion. Means from speed you can only confirm that that vehicle runs in fast motion or not. Okay students, so the SI unit of time, see students, the SI unit of time is second. Okay, and that for the distance is meter. Distance, the SI unit of distance is meter, while the SI unit of time is second. So the SI unit of speed is meter per second. The SI unit of speed is meter per second. So students, speed is also measured in kilometer per hour. Means meter is converted into the kilometer and second is converted into the hours. So also kilometer per hour is the unit of speed. Okay students, got it? Which is simply written in this fashion, kilometer per hour. So we can convert this kilometer per hour into meter per second also. So how this is so, students? See students, 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. See over here. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter and 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. Okay. So 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 meter per 18 seconds. 5 meter per 18 seconds, which is 5 by 18 meter per second. So in this way we can convert kilometer per hour into the meter per second. Okay students, got it? What is the concept of speed? What is the unit of speed? And how we can say that whether that object is in fast or slow. Okay students, now let us discuss the next concept of this lesson, that is a graphical representation. See students, generally newspaper, any magazines uses different types of graphs. Okay, generally what happens, newspaper and the magazines use different types of graphs to represent the information in interesting way. Suppose there is the information, but we want to that information tell in such a way that that information will be more interesting. So at that time, what we have to do? We have to make some charts or some graphs so that we get this information in an interesting way. So just like this, in case of newspaper, in case of magazines, these types of graphs are seen. So they often use suppose in newspaper, suppose consider newspaper or any magazine. They often use a bar magnet, They often use bar graph, pie chart and a line graph. See, just like this students. The first one is the bar graph, second one is the pie chart and third one is the line graph, which is shown by the line. Okay. So students, these type of graphs are shown in the newspaper or any kind of magazines. Okay. So which provides us the detailed information and make the information more interesting. Okay. So for a body in motion, whenever any kind of object is in motion, suppose we take here example of any bus, and when that bus is in motion, at that time we can draw its distance time graph. We can draw its distance time graph and what we do, distance time graph, which is a line graph. See over here, suppose any body is in motion, at that time we can graph that information with in case of time and distance, and we get the distance time graph, which is a line graph, which we get in the form of line. So students, how to draw a graph, how to draw the distance time graph, this we are going to study in the upcoming slides. See over here. See students, to draw the distance time graph, first what you have to do, first take a graph paper, just like this. First take a graph paper, then draw two lines perpendicular to each others on it. Draw two lines perpendicular to each other on it. Then now make a horizontal line. Make a horizontal line as XOX. It is known as x-axis. See students, this red one is the x-axis. Okay. Okay students. Again I repeat from the first. For plotting the distance time graph, first you have to take any graph paper and draw two lines in such a way that they should be perpendicular to each other, just like in this fashion. Okay students, now make the horizontal line as XOX, which is known as x-axis. So that red color is the x-axis. Similarly, mark the vertical line as YOY dash, that is, it is called, this red one is the x-axis. Now this vertical line which is red in color, which is known as YOY, that is y-axis. Okay students, got it? This is horizontal line is known as y-axis. Now the point of interaction between these two XOX and YOY, means between these two lines there is a point of interaction that is known as origin. That point is known as origin. Okay students, origin O. So the two quantities between which the graph is drawn are shown along these two axes. Whenever we have to show something, that is, we have to show two quantities, okay, on this graph. So at that time we have to draw these two axes, that is x-axis which is in horizontal, while the y-axis which is in the vertical line. Okay. Now generally the positive values are shown along the OX, means towards the right hand side of that vertical line. Generally the positive values are shown along this OX. See students, that is that orange color. Okay, orange color line OX on the x-axis, and along the OY on y-axis. Means on y-axis in this position we have to add the positive values, and in x-axis towards OX we have to add the positive values. Okay. Now let us now draw the distance time graph. Sorry students, here, and on the really opposite to it we can add negative values. Okay. Now so students, this is all about the introductory information about any kind of graph. Now let us now we draw a distance time graph. So we will see over here how the distance time graph is graphically represented. Okay students, so this distance time graph of the data given in the table for the motion of any car. See this table here, there is a time in seconds, that is 0 second, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second, 6 and 7 seconds. And distance in meter, which is covered by car, 0 meter, 5 meter, 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters and so on up to 35 meters. Okay students, so what we have to do, first before drawing any kind of graph, first we have to decide the quantity, what type of quantity we have to give over here. See students, we have to decide the quantity to be shown along the x-axis and what is quantity to be shown on the y-axis. So in this case, we take the time along this x-axis while this distance on the y-axis. Okay. So then we have to choose the scale. Then what we have to choose the scale, which type of scale we use over here for drawing any graph. Okay, so choose a scale to represent the distance and another which represent the time. Means two types of scale are there. One represent distance while second one represent time. So students, for the motion of car, the scale should be x-axis. for the motion of car, the scale should be x-axis, that is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 second. See, on x-axis here, on x-axis we take here time, on y-axis we take here distance. So, on x-axis what should be? Come over here 1 centimeter. See students, that 1 centimeter, we say that 1 centimeter means 1 second. 2 centimeters means 2 seconds. 3 centimeter means 3 seconds. Okay. So just like this, we first choose a scale. Okay. So 1 centimeter is equal to 1 second, and on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5 meter. Because the distance is in meter. Okay, so we take distance on the y-axis and time on the in second on x-axis. Okay, afterwards what we have to do? See students, this is our graph. Okay, this right hand side graph. Okay, this is shown over here just like this fashion. This is our graph. Now make the values for the time and the distance on the respective axis according to the scale. So we have to put these values which are given in that table on respective x-axis and the y-axis which we have chosen over here. Okay students, up to this, got it all of you? Now students, what will happen? Now, what you have to do, from the table, the set of values for time and distance are, see from this table, the set of values for and time are 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 5, 2, 10, 3, 15, 4, 20, 5, 25, 6, 30, 7, 35. So, students, the first number of set represents the time, means 0, 0. So first 0 represents time, second 0 represents distance, corresponding distance. Suppose 1, 5. So first number of set, that is 1, represent time and 5 represents distance. Suppose 2, 10. 2, 10 means 2 represents time, 10 represents that corresponding distance. So, students, to mark this, see over here. So, students, to mark the set of value 0, 0, look at this 0 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. It is common over here. 0 is for x-axis also, 0 is for y-axis also. So this point is known as origin. This point is known as origin. To mark a point for the set of values 1, 5. So now, 0, 0 is 0 over here. Okay. Now we have to mark this second value, that is 1, 5 on the graph. So how could it do? So how we can do over here? See students, 1, 5. Look for 1 on the y-axis. See. First, see over here. Where is 1 on the x-axis? Here. Okay. So, look for 1 on the x-axis and draw a line vertical which is parallel to y-axis from this 1. Okay. What you have to do? Draw a line from this 1 point in a vertical way which is parallel to the y-axis. And look for 5 on the y-axis. Where is 5 on the y-axis? See, from that point you have to again draw a line horizontally which is parallel to the x-axis. Just like in this way. See students, just like in this way. This is red color. See students. Okay, got it students? So, to the x-axis passing through this point. Now the point of interaction between these 2 points, this point of interaction gives the point that represents 1, 5. Okay, so the point of interaction, that means this point, okay students, gives a point of interaction, that is 1, 5. In the same way, make the another points which are corresponding to the different sets of values. See, just like suppose here we have given 2, 10. So first you have to find where is 2. From that 2 you have to draw one vertical line. Where is 10? From 10 you have to draw one horizontal line and meet these 2 lines in one point. Okay, so just like these 2, 10, 3, 15, 4, 20 you have to do. So see students, afterwards these will shown in this fashion. Okay students, so join all the points on the graph. So you may get the points. So you have to join all the points on the graph. See, just like these points, you will get, these are the point of interactions. So you have to just join these all the points on the graph, just like this. Okay, join these all the points on the graph and it is a straight line. What we get here by joining this point, we get a straight line. Okay students, what we get from joining these all points, we get a straight line which is the distance time graph for the motion of car. Okay students, so it is a line graph which is for distance time. Okay, all of you got it? Okay students, so it is the distance time graph for the motion of car. So students, if the distance, see over here, if the distance time graph is a straight line, okay, after plotting this graph, if we get the graph is in a straight line, then we can say that it indicates that the object is moving with a constant speed. Means the speed of object does not change. It moving with a constant speed if we get the graph in a straight line. Okay, so that is, it is moved in a constant speed, means that is, it is moved in a uniform motion. That is, it is moved in a uniform motion. Okay students, however, if the speed of the object, keeps changing, not a constant, keeps changing, then graph can be of any shape rather than straight line. Then graph can be of any shape, and then we can say that graph is of for the non-uniform motion, and from that we can say that the motion of the car is non-uniform. Again students, I repeat, whenever you got any graph which is in straight line, at that time you can say that any car or any object is in moving, that means it is in uniform motion, that is in constant. The speed of object is, speed of car is constant. So whenever you get the straight line, you can say that body is in motion, that is in uniform motion. And whenever you get the graph in a rather than straight line, in any shape, in curve line, in curve shape, or whatever may be the shape, at that time that object is in non-uniform motion. Okay student, got it? What if the graph is in straight line, then we can say that it is uniform motion, and if the graph is in rather than straight line, that means it is curve line or any shape, then we can say that object is in non-uniform motion. Okay students, got it? So students, here one word is come, that is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Okay. First, what do you mean by the motion? This we are going to study over here. And then afterwards, what is exactly the uniform motion and non-uniform motion? Okay students, I hope all of you got this topic. Now this is assignment for you. Travel on motor vehicle with your father to the market or any place and observe the changes in the speedometer reading. As there is the lockdown, so this assignment is not done, but whenever you go outside at that time, after lockdown also, when you just observe students. Note the exact time when you start from the home and observe the readings of speedometer for every 10 minutes. What will happen? What kind of speed it shows. Okay students. Now we will see the concept of motion. In the previous session, we have seen the concept of time. But in this session, we are going to study the concept of motion. What is exactly a motion? See students, say suppose this boy wants to move his table from point A to point B. What will he do? Yes, he will obviously push it in the direction of point B. So, students, see, it pushed that object from point A to point B. So, anything around us that move, we say that it is in motion. Whenever anything object around us is in move or that move, we can say that that is in motion. So, this table is in motion since this table is in motion since this boy is also moving along with that table, that boy is also in the motion. Okay, so anything that moves is in the motion. Okay students, what is motion? Anything that moves is in the motion. So in our day-to-day life, there are different, in life we can see different things which are moving around us. Okay, so in our day-to-day life, we can see there are different things which are really in the moving state. Okay, so simple example, just like see over here. What is this example that I can give you as a vehicle? Vehicle moving on the road, people walking on across the street, and birds flying in the sky, so and also so on. So there are various examples for the any kind of object which is in the moving. So students, do you know that the earth and the other planets are also undergo motion? Why they also undergo motion? Yes, because they are revolving around the sun. They are revolving around the sun. Okay students, what they do, these planets? These planets are also revolving around the sun. So you can give me thousands of examples regarding this motion. You can give me the thousands of such examples of motion. But what is exactly a motion? We know that whenever any body is in movement, or whenever any body makes movement, at that time we can say that that body is in motion. But what is mean by exactly a motion? Okay students, what do you mean by the motion, or what is the definition of motion? Can anybody tell me what is definition of motion? Or how can we define something as a motion of a body? Yes, so students, so for that we need to look at what exactly happens to our body when it is in motion. Okay, so for giving better definition about motion, or for better understanding the concept of motion, what we need? We need to look at what exactly happens in our body when it is in motion. Okay students, so what exactly happens in our body when it is in motion? See over here. Let's say that suppose this is a vehicle which is moving from point A to point B. Okay, so you see that as it is moving towards point B, its position is changed with changing time. Its position is changed with changing time. Initially it was here, then here, and now after some time it is here. Notice what is changing, students? So the position of, see this, the position of the object and the time to which is also changing. Means position is changed and also time change. Means there are two things which are undergone changes. Means position and time. Okay students, so change in position of body with time is called motion. So students, what is the definition of motion? Change in position with time, change in position of any body with time is called motion. Okay students, got it? What is the definition of motion? How this car moves from point A to B? So students, this is all about for the today's session. Here we have covered 3 topics.